goes something like this. I'm thinking about the year 1929. Yes, I am. Said I'm thinking about the year 1929. False.
Welcome to Inside New York. We're at the opening premiere of Lonesome Blues. It stars Akin Babatunde, and we're going to be talking with him at the after party. So you better stay right there because it's all right here on Inside New York.
I'm delighted to be here with Inside New York. I'm the co-writer with Akin Babatunde of the show Lonesome Blues.
Okay, it's very loud. We're at the after party celebrating after the opening night premiere of Lonesome Blues. And as I was saying to Mr. Babatunde, he may not remember, but he says he does, that I actually interviewed him when he did Blind
Lemon Blues. We've been working together for 20 years.
Wow. So you were involved with Blind Lemon Blues as well.
We co-wrote Blind Lemon Blues.
Okay, so for those of us who saw Blind Lemon Blues, and we're now seeing Lonesome Blues, is this part two?
This is a distillation of everything we know about Blind Lemon with more.
Okay.
So we've gotten deeper into the story of Blind Lemon, the personal life of Blind Lemon, his wife Roberta, and really his experiences on this earth and what it was like to be blind, the loneliness of being at the top of his career, being stuck in Chicago, the feelings of abandonment, the feelings of joy that he has with his success of his music, but at the same time it's how it connects and to some extent alienates him from his own community.
Now, how did you and Mr. Babatunde come together?
We were introduced by a mutual friend in Dallas, and I had been writing about Blind Lemon. I write nonfiction books, among other things. My 30th book's being published in January 2019, but I had wanted to develop a theatrical work. At that point, I was collaborating with a theater in Paris and on different musical programs, and I was asked to create a new show. And I wanted a collaborator because I wanted the show to really be about how blacks and whites perceive and understand blues music.
Yes.
I wanted to see it as a way to bridge this cultural divide.
Which couldn't be more important than now. What do you think about this environment and having this work at this time?
Well, I've been devoting my career to cultural understanding. Akin and I, in a way, grew up in the same world. Akin grew up in New York, inner city New York. I grew up in inner city Boston. We both lived through that reality of how the inner city neighborhoods have changed. We're both very much about wanting to advance cultural understanding, but to also look candidly and frankly at the problems, and the dilemma.
So when you were introduced to Mr. Babatunde, did you tell him immediately, hey, I've been working and studying about Blind Lemon, or did he say he was also working on it? How did the collaboration develop?
He knew I was working on Blind Lemon, but what he was interested in was why was I interested in blues, because that was part of his DNA.
Mm-hmm. So what was your explanation?
Well, for me, I deeply connected to the music. I grew up in inner city Boston. My father was very socially progressive. We both grew up I grew up in a white world that was becoming black. He did too. We experienced it from different points of view. It's when we realized that we had that commonality, that we had lived the same experience growing up, but from different points of view, that we began to see how we could collaborate.
Well, tell us also, this is a collaborative work, which obviously brought you together, but in doing this second production, what do you want people to come away with? And obviously you've been working on this for quite some time. What is it that you think people may not know about Blind Lemon that you want to reveal in this?
We want to see Blind Lemon recognized as the master composer, artist, singer, guitarist that he was. He was truly an American master. Because his records have barely survived, we spent a lot of time listening to them, transcribing them, creating new musical arrangements, wanting to go deeply into the lyrics. The truth of Blind Lemon is in his music. Blind Lemon was a musician's musician at the time of his height of his success in the 1920s. He had a great influence. He's at the bedrock of the development of American popular music.
But largely unrecognized, and that's why you have to come and see this production, Lonesome Blues, because it does give you more insight into the life of this icon, an unrecognized, not fully recognized icon even today. Well, also, it's a very short run. I believe it's only running through
It's a limited
early
engagement.
part of July.
It's running through July 1st.
Yes.
Given our schedules, this was a slot that opened at the theater, and we wanted to take advantage of this opportunity. We're hoping the show will tour nationally.
Okay, so you know what that means. You better run down to see it. Okay, because you know what happens. They sell out, and then you can't see it. So I'm so glad I had a chance to see it tonight.
Well,
thank you so much.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Okay.
You look hungry, have some lunch with me. Baby, you look hungry, come and have some lunch with me. I'm tired of these women chasing after me.